The lightsaber was a weapon used to protect, but also to butcher and massacre. Like the light and dark side of the Force are both used by different Force wielders of the galaxy, the skills one possessed with the lightsaber was in many cases the answer to the Force. Of all the skilled lightsaber duelists of both the Sith and Jedi Order, none was more refined and deadly than the Jedi Knight turned Sith Lord, Exar Kun. Originally, Exar trained with a single-bladed blue lightsaber and quickly grew to be regarded as one of the best lightsaber duelists the Jedi had to offer. Exar was even deemed the superior of the famed lightsaber instructor Vodo Sios Boss. Through Exar's success, though, bred great arrogance, as Exar believed no one could compare to his abilities with the blade, but still, he desired to increase his powers in other ways. In ways his instructors would not only frown upon, but ways that would have him banned from the Jedi Order. Exar Kun, you are the most formidable student I have ever had, but I sense something is missing in you. An empty place, hidden even from yourself. A place that remains unseen because no light escapes from that region of your heart. Through his pursuit of power, Exar fell into the trap of the dark side of the Force, as he read from forbidden scrolls written by Sith Lords long before him. While still training to become a Jedi Knight, despite being placed at the top of his class, Exar believed his peers as well as his master underestimated his true power. Exar believed that he had grown to the point of power where he should be knighted and truly become a Jedi. In conjunction with his Jedi training, Exar still lied and cheated in order to gain forbidden Sith knowledge, as well as dark side artifacts that could further his goal of power. Later in the timeline, many Jedi Masters would theorize the only reason Exar stuck with the Jedi for so long was because he saw it as the most readily available power he could find. However, other means would soon present themselves to Exar Kun. After he fully abandoned the Jedi Order, Exar took the spirit of Frida Nad as his Sith Master, and he continued his path down the dark side of the Force. Exar at first, though, experienced a problem and a decrease in his power as he was no longer able to pull from the light side of the Force, and thus became frustrated with his progress. By fully engulfing himself in the darkness, he was unable to touch the light. Over time, though, he learned to fully tap into and solely use the dark side. Exar spent years with his new Sith Master, learning of dark side lore. This is where his true skill in the dark side and the Force began to blossom. Exar had always been a prodigy with the lightsaber, but it was when he finally wholeheartedly embraced the dark side of the Force that his Force abilities blossomed into something terrible. During his studies under Friedan Nad, Exar learned Sith magic to the point where even Friedan was shocked by his natural affinity with the abilities. This Sith magic allowed him to pull from dark side energies around him and create devastating energy-based attacks unseen by the galaxy for centuries. This made Exar Kun unpredictable in his Force powers. Also during his studies, Exar uncovered the ancient ship of Sith Lord Naga Sadow, who stemmed directly from the first Sith Lord. Using the ship, Exar was able to learn and even master Sith alchemy. This meant he could use the dark side of the Force to physically alter the world around him, creating horrific monsters loyal only to him. Of all his dark side tricks, though, Exar's most dangerous was mind domination, as he took the meager ability of mind trick to its highest degree by utterly controlling the very thoughts of those around him, on one occasion taking control over the entire Senate. Despite all of this, though, Exar's true gift belonged with the lightsaber, as it always had. It was only after joining the Sith, though, that Exar became one of the most creative and dangerous individuals to ever touch the ancient weapon. At his absolute peak, Exar Kun debatably became the greatest lightsaber duelist in the Star Wars universe. Originally, with his single-bladed lightsaber, Exar progressed past the power of his instructors and could have easily butchered all of the other Jedi Padawans in a lightsaber duel. But it was after he adopted a second blade and constructed a double-bladed lightsaber was he nearly unbeatable in single combat in a lightsaber duel. Exar's Sith lightsaber still utilized blue blades at both ends, but Exar kept the size of the hilt the same as he learned how to still utilize both blades, but only do so by using a single hand. He did this to completely eliminate the weaknesses of the double-bladed lightsaber, that being the extended hilt. Exar also added various complex dials and switches to the sides of his lightsaber, which altered the length of his blades as well as the intensity of them during battle. By doing this and drilling with his new weapon for hours upon end, he could seamlessly alter the power and blade length of his lightsaber in the middle of a duel. This caused his opponents to either over or underextend, and caused them to make the last mistake of their lives. By altering the power of his blade, his opponent's lightsaber could move through his own, at which point Exar could exploit the opening and destroy his opponent. Along with his lightsaber, Exar also used mind domination abilities to foresee his opponent's every move, meaning he knew exactly when to exploit the advantages of his weapon. Just like his Force abilities, Exar Kun was a master trickster. Exar was a practitioner of the 6th form of lightsaber combat, favoring the form even as a Jedi. Form 6 Nyman was a form that pulled from all other lightsaber forms and effectively hybridized them all. What Nyman did was provide a practitioner with no major weaknesses, but at the same time, no overwhelming advantages in combat. Where Exar excelled though was he used the form to bide his time, waiting for his opponents, at which point he would strike without hesitation. Because the form had very few set sequences, it allowed Exar to improvise in the midst of a battle and defeat his enemies with the unconventional, which Exar was the absolute master of. In addition to this, Exar utilized a more aggressive variant of the lightsaber form, as he would use his anger to lash out with vicious and abrupt power strikes, while suddenly returning to the more reserved nature of Form 6 Nyman. During his era, the double-bladed lightsaber was unheard of, which also gave Exar a massive advantage, as no lightsaber duelist knew how to appropriately meet his attacks. Over his career as both a Jedi Knight and a Sith Lord, Exar Kun was not defeated a single time in lightsaber combat. Even following his physical death, Exar would not be vanquished, as he used a powerful Sith ritual to bind himself to the very moon of Yavin 4. Exar did this by sacrificing nearly all of his followers, as this let Exar evade the only thing he truly ever feared: death itself. So that was my analysis on how powerful Exar Kun was. As said, he was debatably the greatest lightsaber duelist in all of the Star Wars universe, and certainly one of the most powerful Sith Lords who ever lived. So what are your thoughts on the Sith Lord Exar Kun and his many and powerful weapons, from Force abilities to the lightsaber responsible for the deaths of nearly all those who came across it? Also, if you have any other Star Wars characters you would like to see examined in the How Powerful series, please feel free to leave them in the comments below this video, or as an alternative way, you can always tweet them at me, at Stupendous Wave on Twitter. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed and want to help the channel out, be sure to hit the like button. If you would like to see more Star Wars explanation videos and stay up to date with all the Star Wars news from The Last Jedi to Star Wars Rebels, hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to turn on notifications to see everything as soon as it comes out, and to make sure that you become a living holocron today. If you would like to get in direct contact with me, follow me on Twitter, where we discuss all things Star Wars and debate with one another on the various topics concerning the universe. If you have any video ideas you want to see explored, leave them in the comments below the video, with hashtag suggestion at the end of your comment so I can find it better. If you do end up leaving a suggestion, I really appreciate it, and hope to one day make a full video dedicated to your question or suggested topic. Thanks again just for simply watching the video and your continued support on this Star Wars journey. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.